What's up, my friends? This is Tracy Allen, aka the Cremation Lady, and today I have a text message that was sent to me, and it was a punch in the gut because someone that I helped has lost someone. But this lady right here, she sent me this text message this morning and letting me know that her husband passed away. Thanked me for helping her to put everything together, and I thought it was really sweet. I almost missed it, caught up in acknowledging her husband being gone. But she also inquired about my beloved. At the time that I helped her to put the plan in place, my beloved was in the hospital. So I was going back and forth, trying to take care of him and helping the people that wanted to put a plan in place. And her husband was dealing with cancer. So, she took the time to even wish him well, as she's let me know that she's now grieving her husband. And these are the types of people that I get to work with, caring people. And that's why I love what it is that I do. And so wherever you are, make sure that you look into getting a pre-plan, a pre-need plan. The first thing you need to do is make sure that you have that uncomfortable conversation. People always, I don't want to talk about it. But listen, it's better to talk about something like this when you're not faced with a crisis. They say don't shop when you're hungry. Well, you don't want to have to deal with death and putting everything together at the time of that situation, because there are so many loose strings out there. And so if you are having to start from scratch when someone dies, you run the risk of whoever is left getting taken advantage of. There are a lot of people that have never had to deal with taking care of one's death, a loved one's death. So they don't know when maybe somebody's upselling them and stuff like that. The plan that I have, once you purchase it, it's done. We don't come back and start asking you for any more money. It's done. It's taken care of. But I am cremation only. And some people don't want that. But those are the kind of conversations that you have to have. You have to sit down with someone and say, what is it that you want? Do you want cremation? Do you want a traditional burial? And sometimes people are like, I don't know, but still take some time to figure it out. If you don't know and you don't care, then you tell a person, well, it doesn't matter to me. Well, cremation is definitely going to be the least expensive, okay? But you want to make sure that you put something in place. What I do is not life insurance. So it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much life insurance you have. You can have all of that, tons of money and life insurance. You still should have a plan put in place. When a death occurs, we're that call that takes care of the body, not your whole lot of money, not your whole lot of life insurance. Somebody has to come pick up the body, and that's the part that people don't think about. And all of the steps in between. A lot of times people will say to me, I just want to be cremated. Somebody pick me up, cremate me, and throw me in the shoebox. Everyone always says stuff like that. But there's more involved in that. So when I educate people on how our plan works, I go through what is it that you need to know, where your family will have to pay certain things. Like you can't buy death certificates before you die. So I'm just going to say that one right there. But the death certificates are registered in the county in which you die. So if you're traveling and you're over in Italy, your death certificate is going to be registered in Italy. And people don't think about stuff like that. Everyone always has this peaceful view of maybe dying at home or in a hospital when you think about death at all, right? No one wants to think about it, but when you think about it, you're hoping, that's what I'm hoping for, that when it's my time, I'm at home or in a hospital, and then it was easy for me and the people that are left behind. I don't want any kind of painful death, but we don't know how we're going to go. So these are the conversations that need to be had, and you do it now while you're still in the right frame of mind. I met this one lady some years ago, and I don't know if I shared this story already, but I'm going to share it again because it needs to be shared. But this lady, she sees me at this event and she says, hey, she sees my card and she said, I need to talk with you because I want to get a plan. I've got a son, he's disabled, and I don't want him to have to deal with my death when I'm gone. So, I need to talk with you. She said, I probably should get a plan for him as well because he's 50. I said, okay. She said, well, let's talk after Labor Day. This is 4 days before Labor Day. So that Sunday night before Labor Day, I'm getting a phone call going on 10 o'clock at night, and it's that lady. And she calls me and she says, my son had a heart attack and died. He died of a heart attack and he was left in the home. Now she's Googling and she's like, I can't find anyone to pick him up. So let me say something here. I am a pre-need planning advisor. That simply means that you have to, if you want the plan that I have, you have to purchase it while you're still alive. At need is when you're dealing with somebody at the time of death. I help people before that, right? So had she got a plan, and I'm not faulting her because, we had just met and she wasn't expecting him or herself to go that quickly, but that's just it. We keep living this life and thinking that we can kind of time when we're going to go. We don't know when that time is coming. So here was, I couldn't help her. She's Googling, trying to find some place that can come pick her son up. Didn't matter the life insurance, didn't matter the amount of money. Had she had a plan, she would have been able to call the company, the toll-free number, and then we would have been there for her. So make sure that this is something that you look into wherever you are. I'm in California. I can help people in California, and I'm allowed to help people in Texas, but those are the only 2 states that I'm authorized to help people with the plan that I have. But we are a nationwide company, so sometimes people will say, well, Tracy, what if your company's not around, when I die? Chances are we're going to be. We're not a mom and pop place. We're growing, and we're getting ready to open up another state, I think by the end of this year. And so, and we're also not out here by ourselves. We have a parent company. So we're not going anywhere. But I can't guarantee that the planet is even going to be around in another 20. It doesn't matter. I don't know when life is going to end for everybody, right? But the interesting thing about the industry that I'm in, death is going to continue to happen regardless. And I am in the death industry. So over time, we may add on more services that, go with the times. Right now, we're a cremation only company. But if you want cremation, then you need to express that to the people that you love so that they're clear. And if you don't want that, you want traditional burial, then you need to, traditional burial, then you want to express that to your family members as well. And it's so funny. There are people that will be so adamant about one or the other, right? I get people, and we all know that once we're dead, we're not going to see, hear, feel, taste anything. It's done. But there are people that will say, oh, I don't want to be buried. I don't want bugs crawling all over me. And it's like, you're not going to feel it. And then there'll be people that's like, oh no, I'm not getting cremated. I don't want to be burned. You're not going to feel it. We don't burn anybody before you're dead. So the important thing to this message today is to make sure that you look into pre-planning. And if you see something, you come across a company that you really like, don't procrastinate and just keep trying to time this thing. Take care of it before you need to. You can put a payment plan in place for getting this type of stuff done. But at the time of need, all the money is needed up front. And sometimes life insurance is not going to pay out right then and there. And if you don't have a lot of money, puts you in a situation. So that's it, you guys. I know I probably had some other things that I wanted to share, but I can't think of it right now. But that's the main thing. I just wanted to share this because it was put on my heart. Once I got that text message, it just touched me. And so now I need to find a card and send that out to her. But I appreciate customers like that. And, for me working this type of work, I've had all different kinds of jobs and all different types of businesses. But this job is the first one where I truly feel aligned. I really do. And, the people that I work with, the policies that we have in place, the way that we support one another. I've never worked for a company like the company that I work for. And so I have no desire to go anywhere else. And there's other companies that try to recruit me and get me to come over to their companies. And I'm like, nah. They're like, we make X amount of commission. That's nice. It's nice to know that I could make more money somewhere else, but I'm fine. I'm okay with where I am and with who I work for and work with, and I'm not going anywhere. So find your joy, put a plan in place, live your life, live a good life. I talk about that dash. What is your life? Do good things, enjoy it, but put a plan in place because you have people that love you. And when that time comes, you won't be here to grieve with them for all the times that you may have helped someone to get through difficult times. At that point, you will not be here any longer. And so if you have a plan put in place, that is your gift to them. This is the way that you grieve with them. All right. You have a great rest of your day or evening. Have an amazing week. And thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, and come back and visit another time. Ciao for now.